What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl 3D Fitness Soldier back with another video for you guys this week. Today I'm going to be talking about the Naca program. I've been getting so many questions about Naca and how the program works, and if you guys haven't heard about Naca, it's a program where you can buy a home and it does not go off of your credit. I know that sounds crazy. Everybody be like, you sound crazy. It don't go off your credit. So yeah, NACA is a program where it does not go off your credit. It only goes off of your, not your credit, but it doesn't go off your credit. It's no down payment. You can put money down in order to buy your interest rate down. But yes, it does not go off your credit. I got approved for a NACA loan. This home actually was purchased through NACA and at the time I only had a 550 credit score. Yes. A 550 credit score. My credit was horrible, and this was just 7 months ago. Now it's gotten better because of the home and paying on my bills on time and just getting it together. Don't ask me why my credit score is 550, but yes, it was 550, and I was able to close on this home. And wait till I tell you how much I spent down on this home. So it's so crazy. So I'm gonna tell you guys the story from the beginning. The way I heard about NACA is from my friend's mom. My friend's mom actually had a flyer. It was one of the flyers that was just hanging up. I live in Vegas now. I lived in California. I moved from California. I'm a Cali girl, but I moved to Vegas. So my friend mom, she lives in Vegas. She seen a poster hanging up of this program called NACA, where there's going to be no money down, a program that you'll be able to go to where you won't have to put no money down. Credit doesn't matter, everything. So when I seen the flyer, I'm like, I don't know, like that sounds kind of crazy. Is that one of them flyers that people post up on some scamming type shit? Like, excuse my language, on some scamming type stuff? Like, I don't know. But me, I'm the type of person, I don't never think nothing is a scam or it's fraud or nothing. I'm gonna hear about it first. Like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna check it out. You know what I'm saying? If my spirit is telling me, all right, you need to get up out of here, this is some bull, you know, then I'm out of there. But for some reason, I felt like this was brought to me. I told myself when I first moved to Vegas from Cali, I want to be a homeowner. I no longer want to pay rent. In Vegas, it's way cheaper than Cali. So how much your monthly mortgage is basically how much your rent is in Cali, if not 10 times more. If you live somewhere like LA where your rent is like $2,000, $3,000 for a loft or even a studio that don't even have a room in it, it's crazy. So something told me just dig deeper. And I went to, they hosted a workshop here in Vegas. It was actually at the hotel, I think that was the Tropicana. It was at the Tropicana. So I went there and it was legit. Like, it was people, it was a lot of people. It was, you had underwriters, you had different people from the bank, and NACA deals with the Bank of America. So you had a lot of people, you had all these different computers everywhere. It probably was over like 200, 300 computers, and they had scanners in them where you scan your documents. You basically scan like your paycheck stubs and everything that the flyer told you to bring. So you have to bring your paycheck stubs. You have to bring like your taxes and all that type of stuff with you to the event. So I get there, you know, my intention wasn't even really to apply for the program because I just moved to Vegas. I wasn't even working a good job yet to be able to pay for a home. But one of the guys see me just standing there, and he was like, because originally my friend's mom gave it to my friend. So my friend was going there to hear more about it. She had a stable job. She'd been in her job for years and stuff. So she was going there to actually hear about the program. I was just coming to see, is this shit for real? Because if it is, once I get on here in Vegas, I'm about to go through it. So then this guy, he came up to me, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to go through it because I'm not even established yet. I don't even have like a legitimate, at that time I was doing other things like little hustles here and there. I didn't have I just moved to Vegas. I was fresh in Vegas, so I didn't have like a steady income to where I would be able to show them that I could pay for a home. And I had a roommate, so I didn't have any type of, you know, rent that I was paying. I'll be able to show them that I pay this much for rent so I can afford a home. Okay, so he comes up to me, he says, you know what? Just apply. Just apply, see how it goes. You never know. You never know what these underwriters gonna do. I'm like, what you mean you never know? I have no stable income. He said, just go through the process anyway, and then go through it now, and then when you get stable income, you just add that. So that's exactly what I did. I literally went through the process. I gave them all my stuff, and of course I met with the counselor, a mortgage counselor, and not a mortgage counselor, a regular counselor. You deal with a regular counselor that gets you through the program for it first before you deal with the mortgage counselor. So I dealt with the counselor, and then she basically is the person. Her name is Shakisha Jones. Shout out to Shakisha Jones for Naca. If you guys get the chance to work with Shakisha, my experience with her was amazing. Like, I always hear different stuff on the internet about different counselors and different things. Shakisha was amazing. She got me through that program. We was fighting, but she got me through. So I ended up getting on they had headphones with the computers where you had remote counselors. So she was a remote counselor. She was all the way in a whole nother state, and I was here in Vegas. So she did my whole process, my counseling process, with someone that was in another state. So we just basically got phone meetings and stuff. We set up phone meetings every time we would talk and stuff. And then she told me everything I needed and how was I gonna be able to get a home. What was my goal? 6 months. She told me 6 months. She said, at least have you a steady job. I told her I already knew what job I was gonna have. So once you get that steady job, then, you know, do the whole process and get the ball rolling, because now you got a steady income. So, okay, I did that. And then, yeah, so from doing that, I ended up getting the job, a good job here in Vegas. And I ended up actually taking the program. So altogether, as far as how long the program took, I started it. If I was to say like complete, when I first heard about Naca, from the day I heard of it, when I went to that workshop and to the end, it probably was about a year. The only reason why I took a year was because I was still trying to get the steady income to show that I could pay for a home. So in all honesty, once I got the ball rolling and the income and showed them I was saving and doing all that stuff, it took about 6 months. Doing everything consistent, showing my paperwork, making sure I have all my documents that they're asking for. That took about 6 months. Don't get me wrong. With the program, people ask me the pros and the cons. Actually, it's all pros. I mean, you get through it, it's all pros. Don't get me wrong. I know people have had struggles with trying to get their qualifications and everything, because they do request a lot of stuff from you. Because say for instance, you have something on your credit. Credit is not considered as far as the score. But if you have something, you have to send in something like a letter of explanation, basically explaining, okay, why did you get in debt this month? Why did you do that? And one time they look at your file, they might not ask for it, but then the next time be like, okay, I need a letter saying why you were late on your car note for 30 days, you know? So it's those little things that a lot of people don't like. And then, so that's the main thing. But at the end of all of that, it's so much more. I literally got this home. I know you guys have been waiting for me to say it, but $2,000 down. That's all I paid. $2,000 down, 3.25 interest rate. What? With a 550 credit score? Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, it's really crazy. I would not, without that program, I would not be a homeowner today. I would have had to save money. I probably have to save for this home. I probably would have to save like $30,000, $20,000 just to get a regular bank loan. And on top of that, would have at least had to bring my credit score up. I would have had to bring my credit score up for sure. So this made it to where as soon as I moved from my roommate's house, I had my own, like automatically, because of this program. So if you're someone that's in this program right now and you going through it, because I ain't gonna lie, it's not just all butterfly. You got to put the work in. You got to be on people. You got to be, you know, making sure you put the work in on your part and letting everybody else handle it, and making sure you following up to make sure the work is getting done. So, but like I just wanted to say, if you doing this program, it was truly a blessing in my life. There's no way, even with my mortgage rate, how much I'm paying for a mortgage, I have an HOA too, but there's no way, like there's no way I would have been able to do this without the program Naca. So if you're going through the program and you have any questions or anything, like only thing negative that I encountered during the program, because I do want to be like upfront with you guys and let you know everything, is you can potentially lose your earnest money. And that's the $2,000 that I spent. That's only $2,000 that I spent with this program. Is you can lose that money, because after your application is processed, after your application is completely processed, you no longer have control of that application. Your realtor don't have control over it. Nobody at the Naca office has control over it. Only person that has control of it is the bank that's financing you. That's it. And right now, it's so many people in this Naca process. So your closing date might be this day, but the bank ain't did it yet. So I kept having to get letters. My realtor actually was on it. She kept having to get letters to give to the seller to extend like the closing date. And I got blessed because the sellers didn't pull out. But why would they pull out? Because at the end of the day, they're paying, Naca is paying for all the fees that normally a seller would pay. So I got really blessed that the owners was really patient. The sellers that sold me this home were really patient with me. They worked through everything. Like, you know, if we have to do, I forgot what those letters are called. I can't remember. I ain't a realtor yet. I ain't a realtor, so, you know, but it truly was a blessing. Once you got through that, that was the only negative part from it. But everything else was smooth selling. Contact me. Let me know if you guys also are in the process right now and what are some of the obstacles you're facing. The clear to close. That's what took the longest. The clear to close. That's what I've seen a lot of other girls on YouTube talking about too. To get that clear to close. Like, that's what you're really like, God, that's when you praying like, God, please don't let this fall through. I don't want to lose my $2,000. But for me, it was worth the risk, because at the end of the day, I mean, with a normal loan, you have to put down 20, 30,000. For me to lose 2,000 to potentially get a home with nothing down, with a 3.25 interest rate, and on top of that, like no closing costs, no nothing. To me, that was worth the risk, because I mean, for me, it was my only choice, because any other way, I wouldn't have been able to get a home. So to the people that got questions about Naca, you can contact me. You can email me, or just send me a comment under here if you have any questions. But honestly, Naca was the biggest blessing that came into my life. Me moving from Cali to Las Vegas and owning a property within my first year living here, it's no way I could have did that without Naca. So that was a blessing that got brought to me, like handed to me, and I actually acted on it, and it came to pass, you know. So if you guys have any questions, if you're going through the process and you got questions, just let me know. I can answer some of your questions. I'm no way or any type of way affiliated with Naca. I do like all the people that work at the office. I'm cool with them, but I'm no way. I don't get paid from Naca. I still, you know, when you're in Naca, you do volunteer, but I am no way. But I'm just here to pass a blessing to you. That's something that was a blessing to me. So if you guys have any questions, contact me.